Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Skyscrapers on New York's Billionaire Row Are Half Empty. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's episode on all your social media to help us get the word out. Now, let's get started. For those of you who aren't familiar with New York City, there's a street called 57th Avenue. You may know it better by its other name, which is Billionaires Row. Why do they call it that? Because Billionaires Row is where so many ultra-rich individuals live or own apartments. They live in these super tall and thin skyscrapers up and down 57th Avenue. If you drive down 57th, you'll be amazed at how structurally different many of these skyscrapers are. Unlike conventional skyscrapers like Trump Tower or the Empire State Building, which may have hundreds of apartments in them, these new thin, tall towers have far fewer apartments. In fact, most of these apartments in these new skyscrapers occupy one entire floor each. Some may occupy 2 floors each, but most only take up 1 floor. Unlike conventional skyscrapers, which may have a dozen or more apartments on each floor, here the number of units per floor is much lower. So we did some research and we found out some interesting news about Billionaires Row. Many of these billionaire towers are more than half empty. Process that for a second. Most of those buildings are more than half empty. There's no one living in many of those units. Why is that, you ask? Well, there are several reasons. First, the economy and the market for $100 million apartments has cooled off dramatically. Up until recently, people were buying these mega apartments in these super towers because they were confident the prices would just keep going up. But now that confidence is gone. Now the market has shifted. Now some of the empty apartments have in fact been sold to tenants. Now, not all of them are empty. Some of the empty apartments have in fact been sold to tenants as investment property. Many of these investors are foreigners who just want to park some of their wealth in the US, and doing this with real estate is often a safe way to accomplish this. Many of them will never ever step foot in their apartments. They may have spent $75 or $100 million on these units, never even opened the front door. Everything was done, the entire transaction, purchasing, inspection, everything was done virtually. Other apartments in those same buildings, oftentimes more than half, have just never been sold. One of the reasons so many of them aren't being sold is because the word has gotten out about all their problems. Many tenants are filing lawsuits because they feel that they were misled by the sellers or the developers who never told them about all the problems these buildings have. If you read some of these lawsuits, you'd find it amazing. You would think for $100 million, it should be turnkey, 0 problems, fully inspected, fully checked out, no issues, right? Wrong. Some buyers are suing because the buildings are swaying so much that they can't even sleep at night in high winds, and sometimes in normal winds as well. Some are suing because of the strange noises they're hearing when the buildings sway. Some are suing because when someone on a high floor tosses some garbage into the garbage chute, when that garbage starts traveling down that long 50-story chute, it causes such a racket that it sounds like explosions or gunfire as it speeds its way down floor after floor after floor. Another problem is that many of these buildings have other mechanical issues or electrical problems that affect the quality of life for the apartment owners. And these problems are giving rise to more lawsuits. We suspect that they soon may have another name for 57th Avenue, and they may start calling it Plaintiffs Avenue. Thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help us get the word out. Thank you, and we shall talk to you soon. Bye-bye.